The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Mr. Taliaferro TV, this won't be one of the friendlier vlogs. This is for the people who really want to have conversations about race, the state of our country. This is one of them vlogs. I got a small subscribe base that loves when Mr. Taliaferro tackles real issues. Most of my subscribers are just for hip-hop content or sports content, one of the two. A lot of people don't like when you have these real conversations. And we're going to stamp this one, guys. This will be one of my better videos thus far. Nothing is wrote down. Sometimes you just got a feeling. So, Baltimore Ravens, let's just put it all in perspective. The Baltimore Ravens are in need of a quarterback. Joe Flacco has some sort of a back injury. We don't know to the extent of the back injury, but there is a good possibility dealing with a back and a quarterback that this could become a reoccurring thing at some point during the season. He's going to get laid on his back. He's going to get sacked. He's going to get tackled. At some point, we're going to have to put this back to the test if he's ready to go. Day one of the regular season, it looks like he's going to miss a couple preseason games. Ray Lewis works for Fox Sports. He was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe this morning. Just to put into context, when I was at ESPN, I met Ray Lewis one time. Very impressive figure. If you get in front of him and just communicate with him, he's a very impressive man. That's what I took from Ray Lewis. I was around him for maybe 3 minutes on the set of First Take. 3-4 minutes on First Take. I was kind of just in between a conversation between him and Stephen A. Smith. I knew to shut up and not say anything. I just was there to kind of watch and gauge the situation. So I don't know Ray Lewis personally. Let me make that clear. I ain't even in that space. But I want to say this. For those who don't know, back in the day, Ray Lewis was acquitted of a murder. And I've always thought since then he can get preachy at times about how to be a man and how to motivate. And I've never said I thought it was fake. I just always have thought it's a little misleading. I don't know if this guy really believes some of the stuff he preaches. I know it's football first with him, but he kind of stands up to be this wholesome, great man. But it looks like he's had his flaws, and sometimes I think he wants us to ignore his flaws because he could be in jail right now if he would have got. The story is Ray Lewis and his friend were somewhere. Somebody got killed, something like that, I believe. And Ray Lewis claims he was just, quote unquote, around the situation, and he had nothing to do with the murder. And we don't know. That's been what, close to 20 years ago. We don't know who did what and what went on that night. But ever since then, Ray has always been very preachy. And I've always said, if you want to be preachy, you can be cool in that space, but you got to be criticized to a T when you do wrong. That's why pastors, I believe in society, are getting a bad rap. Because when they do wrong, we hold them to a way higher standard because you get in that congregation every Sunday, a lot of Wednesdays or Tuesdays, and you preach that word. And when we find out you ain't living it, it's always held to a higher standard. So anyways, back to the conversation. Ray Lewis was on the Undisputed this morning, and they discussed an interview with Ravens majority owner, Steve Biscotto. And he was talking about the decision to not sign Colin Kaepernick and go in another direction with Ryan Mallett or whoever it is. Ryan Mallett's on the roster, I believe. They need another quarterback, though, if Flacco's going to be hurt for a couple weeks. They pay Flacco a lot of money. Remember, they signed him to a long-term deal after he won the Super Bowl for Baltimore. And that was Ray Lewis's last game. Let's just make this clear. I believe in my heart of hearts, Colin Kaepernick is a better quarterback than Ryan Mallett. Never forget, Colin Kaepernick played in the Super Bowl and was moments away from going to a second straight Super Bowl. Never forget that. You can say what you want about his game. His passes are iffy at best, but I believe his stats were along the lines last year of 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions when he became the starter for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, it didn't translate to wins, and I'm with you on that. I don't know if Colin Kaepernick can win you games, but when we get in this conversation of should Colin Kaepernick have a job, let's keep it a G. Stop sugarcoating about it. Is Colin Kaepernick one of the best 30 quarterbacks in the NFL? Maybe, maybe not. If you say maybe not, I'm not going to argue with you. But that's not the conversation. The brother can't find a job at all. Is he one of the best 30? Again, maybe, maybe not. Is he one of the best 60 quarterbacks? Because when we're talking about every quarterback has a backup, obviously, in the NFL. Is he one of the best 60? I believe in my heart of hearts, Colin is one of the best 60 quarterbacks. When you're talking about the best 60, you're talking about Blake Bortles and all these guys who can't even stay on the field. And as athletic as Colin is in the prime of his career, you ain't finna tell me there's 59 other guys in the NFL that if maybe they're a better passer than Colin, they probably don't do anything else right, and they don't have any intangibles. You ain't finna tell me there's 59 other guys better than him. And let's go down. Every quarterback has 2 backups in the NFL, at least. You ain't finna tell me that there's 89 other quarterbacks. When we get down to third string, better than Colin Kaepernick. He can't even get an offer right now. Colin Kaepernick has no offers. He's going to be forced into retirement. I believe that's where we're at with it. The Seahawks checked him out this summer, and Baltimore was the recent team to check him out. And everybody's like, why can't Colin get a job? Because it's a headline festival every time he gets a look. And it scares teams away because, let's just be honest, these white owners of the NFL, you know the NFL run by that code. The NFL is different from basketball, the NBA. The NBA is about players being outspoken and invoking social change, as we see LeBron James of the world, the Steph Currys of the world to a lesser degree. But, of course, LeBron and other players who stand for something, Dwayne Wade of the world, they stand for something socially. That's not the NFL's code. You shut your ass up, you get on that field in the NFL. We can replace you. The golden boys of the NFL, the quarterbacks, they don't speak on stuff. The Russell Wilsons of the world don't speak on stuff. House puppets. The Cam Newtons of the world, house puppets. Won't speak on any social issues. I know they don't even get me into the Tom Brady's and Peyton and Eli's of the world. They don't have a reason to speak on stuff. It doesn't affect them. They're white men. They're rich white men in this country. Doesn't affect them. So let's make this clear. This is about Colin Kaepernick being a headline fiasco when he's around. That's all this is about. So Colin has been unable to get a position. Steve Biscotto said, we don't know if he's better than Ryan Mallett. We're having a tough time figuring out if he'll even be a productive guy on our team. So they're either A, looking for a starter or somebody to back up a backup at this point in the game. That's where we're at with it. So let's be clear. These owners are scared of what comes with Colin Kaepernick because he kneels during the national anthem and let Michael Vick tell it, the fro that Colin Kaepernick has grown out this offseason has bothered people, and it looks like he's an activist and not a football player. And if you want to question if Colin Kaepernick's head is in the NFL right now, I'm fine with that. If you want to question if he's more invested into the community and you're scared that his head won't be in being a productive guy for your football team, that's real. I get it. You're there to win football games. These white owners don't want to stand for anything socially. That's not their prerogative. I get it. I get it. But I would pose this question to you. If there are quarterbacks who are not as good as Colin Kaepernick and they don't stand for anything, what's their excuse? If you got people on your roster who are not as good as Colin Kaepernick and they're not involved in anything else, what's their excuse for not being as good as him? So you got guys on your roster. Now you're getting into a very subjective ball game. Well, we know why he could be better if he would just stop being involved in the black issues and then just played football, he'd be better. Wait, why is this guy not reaching his full potential, he's not doing anything in his spare time. Is he out partying? Because we don't hear about the partying that he does. We don't hear about anything else that he might have going, the drinking or smoking or whatever he does that doesn't have him ready. Why are we coming at Colin when we know what he's doing in his spare time? I don't like that. And Ray Lewis got on there and got the debate with Shannon Sharpe about how it's not about two issues got brought up. How the Ravens are not really, Ray Lewis still speaks for the Ravens. I don't think he has a contract or anything with their organization. He just still rocks with them. He was a Ravens lifer. You get the connection. I get it. He has a statue outside of their stadium. I get it. He's still around the team. He said that the Ravens ain't into that right now. They're just worried about if he can win games. And they're like, we don't know. And let's make it clear. If Colin Kaepernick was Cam Newton and Cam Newton was out here standing up for social rights, and we understand, we without a shadow of a doubt know that Cam Newton is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, he'd have a job. It's because we don't know if Colin's where he's at as a player, and we don't know if he should, he's not going to be a starter probably. We don't know if it's worth it dealing with what he's doing, kneeling for the national anthem as a backup. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, and these owners don't want to take the chance. If you're worth the talent, we've seen teams put up with much more. Where you want me to go? The Dennis Rodmans of the world, the Ron Artestas of the world, and the NBA world. And in the NFL, they're wide receivers. Hell, the Cowboys gave Greg Hardy a chance a couple years ago. Jerry Jones knew Greg Hardy he beat his girlfriend up and threw her on a bed with loaded AK-47s and guns. He threw her on the bed. This is all in document. You can go fact check me. He told her he was going to kill her. He beat her up and threw her on the bed. Hell, the Ravens organization, they've dealt with turmoil. Remember, they released Ray Rice because he smacked a woman on camera. Never forget that. He smacked her and knocked her out. So that brings me back to my point of y'all didn't know Ray Rice was living like that, but he was a part of your franchise. So when you get in this world of judging Colin Kaepernick, what he does in his spare time, I don't think that matters. Y'all had Ray Rice on y'all roster. Now, granted, y'all let him go after that came out, but that a person who could hit a woman like that and knock her ass out was on y'all team. He knocked her clean out on camera. So when we get into that conversation, let's be clear. You got Ray Rice saying that he doesn't know if Colin is better than Ryan Mallett. Then they got into this conversation about Shannon brought up Freddie Gray because that happened in Baltimore. And then Donald Trump with his comments on Friday. Donald Trump told police officers straight like this, y'all need to go back to brutalizing people when they get in the police cars. Y'all being too nice. This is your president of the United States of America. He said y'all need to go back to knocking these dudes' head against the police car windows when you get them into the car. Stop being so nice with the guys. Beat them up a little bit. They're thugs. But I thought we lived in a country where you were innocent until proven guilty. So how do you even know if this person is a thug or criminal, whatever you want to call them, if they're just arrested for something? It's just an allegation, right? This dumbass country. And Ray Lewis, let me go ahead and clear this up with you. Because that conversation with Shannon, it showed me a lot of where you're at with it right now. I kind of thought it already. And Mike Vick, you in this conversation too. Because Ray Lewis was talking about how he doesn't know if, we're talking about Freddie Gray and these owners don't care. They don't care about what's happening to these black communities. Yeah, they don't care, but they should. They care when they don't care about these kids when they're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. But they care about the 24-year-old athlete that plays on their team. I thought we was the United States of America where everything mattered. Shannon Sharpe brought up a really good point. I want you guys to check out the video as well so you can get some context to what I'm saying. Shannon Sharpe brought up the fact that our country gets involved in a lot of other countries' foreign affairs. How are we getting involved in everybody else's shit and our shit still stinks? How are we getting involved in what's going on in other countries when you got the murder rate? You talking about holiday weekends, 4th of July weekend, hundreds of people are being shot in Chicago. You got police getting off on murders every day of unarmed black men. It's gotten to the point They're not even releasing statements to explain why the police are just getting off from these murders. They don't even care anymore. We're not even getting context to why these police are being let off. They're just letting them off. Murder, cold-blooded murder. Judges not even denying the fact, or prosecution's not even denying the fact, or anybody in the court system, or jurors, or whoever you want to bring up. They're not even denying the fact that these guys didn't have guns on them. These are people still getting shot, and Ray seemed a little insensitive to that, and I ain't rocking with that. And when that comes a week or two after Mike Vick got on Fox Sports, he got on Speak for Yourself on Fox Sports Network, and he got on that network and said Colin needs to cut his hair. His image ain't right. And that came from you, Mike Vick? Out of all people? When they locked your behind up for killing dogs, you did 18 months in jail. And you got people still playing in the NFL. There's a kicker for the Giants that literally said in a letter last year that he treated his wife like a dog. I ain't making this shit up. He said, I treated my wife like a dog. I didn't treat her like a person. I beat the hell out of her. These are real things. He's still a kicker in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike Vick, you want to sell out now? Because you post your NFL career? You've matured? You go on Fox Sports and you say that? And Ray, you get on there and you've changed to that point? As a 23-year-old black man, I'm disappointed. I'm fed up. These are the guys I'm supposed to be looking. These are the 30-some-year-olds, 40-year-olds I'm supposed to be looking up to. These are the OGs. You got Ray Lewis can't even tie the fact that it's a problem if rich people don't care about issues in black communities. You don't think that's a problem? We know it's true, but you don't think that's a problem? You got Mike Vick telling people to cut his hair? He came in the NFL with braids. What the hell? Mike Vick and Allen Iverson changed fashion for black. They changed the culture in both their respective sports. Both of them. They were the most trend-sending athletes at the same time. And you got the nerve to call out Colin Kaepernick for hair? What are we talking about here? And the fact that Freddie Gray, who was killed in the back of that police car, I believe it. What was his neck broken? Don't misquote me. That's not. Don't misquote me on that. What happened to Freddie Gray? What did they break his neck or something like that? And he was unarmed, and we don't know how he ended up dead. And it happened in the back of the police car, and that happened in Baltimore. And you got the nerve, Ray Lewis, to take up for that Baltimore Ravens owner about how he doesn't care about people in the community? That's a problem. That's a problem. The people with money and wealth that actually can invoke change, that's the damn problem. They don't care. That's the problem with our president. He's advocating for violence to black people because he doesn't get it and he doesn't want to get it. He doesn't care. Never forget, before he's the president, he's a rich white man first. He's been rich as a white man longer than he's been president. He don't care. And I'm frustrated with a lot of people. And I'm so sick of people going on that damn Fox Sports in that building and forgetting who the hell they are and forgetting who was the people that was behind them. How we held Ray Lewis down after that murder case. How we held Mike Vick down pre-going to jail and after he got out of jail. The black community held him down because it damn sure wasn't white America. Alfred Taliaferro, Mr. Taliaferro TV, for more heartfelt conversations and also a lot of lighter stuff. We talk sports. We talk hip-hop on my channel as well. Sorry, guys. I see on my timeline I'm approaching 20 minutes on this video. I never do that. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. We got to have these conversations, man. And it's disappointing as a black man to see Ray Lewis and Mike Vick unwilling to realize who the hell they are. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah.